2020 has been a fucking shit year, and I dare say that 2021 will be worse, because let's face the facts, it's gonna be worse. I'm currently writing the script to this video while in isolation, and I am bored as fuck. And guess what bright idea I decided to do because I'm not bored? That I'm writing today's script of today's The Tech State video, which is episode 28. So without further ado, let's get into this. In today's video, we have got the best, well, worst game-breaking glitches of Cyberpunk 2077, the potential end to scalping of the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and the Xbox games with gold and PlayStation Plus free games for January 2021. Cyberpunk 2077 hasn't had the quite best of releases. Well, it hasn't really had a good release, has it? With the amount of game-breaking bugs leading to customers actually getting refunds and PlayStation actually taking the full game off the PlayStation Store, I'm starting to think the game should have actually came out in 2077.
A high rate of violence and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else.
The first game-breaking glitch we are going to look at today is what I like to call the platform 9 3/4 glitch, because this is where cars literally drive through buildings. You see the resemblance between 9 3/4 and this. It's uncanny. Now, you cannot do this, but many NPCs can. Are they wizards, or are they just really bad glitches? You decide there. The next is just funny. This clip shows the player getting on a motorbike, then instantly getting thrown off of it and essentially dying straight afterwards. You can even see in the clip the textures and models not even loaded in properly. So yeah, good jobs with the physics CD Projekt Red. The next clip or montage of clips are full of some bad, like when I say bad, really bad game-breaking glitches. The first one showing a player in the main story where he's needed to buy a car. An NPC enters said car and then he blows up.
In 2077, they voted my city the worst place to live in America.
I'm not sure how the player is then meant to carry on his campaign, as the car he was meant to buy just blew up, but I'm sure he'll figure it out. The next glitch is the player donating and being charitable to a homeless person. You know, the kind of selfless act that karma will reward you for. Well, this shows karma is real, but not really working in the way it's supposed to, as the player walks into an open road and he's greeted with a car flying into his face, which leads to him, just guess what happens to him. He dies.
Main issues, sky-high rate of violence and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else.
The next glitch is the player looking and admiring the scenery by looking at a palm tree. He enjoys his view when out of nowhere the tree turns into a black hole and glitches out the whole game. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that's not how trees work, CD Projekt Red. The final 2077 glitch for today's video is the player driving a motorbike peacefully. By peacefully, I mean violently, you know, the GTA way. When all of a sudden the player gets chucked into the sky by some magical, mysterious force and essentially turns into Superman. Like literally, he just starts flying. So there was some bad glitches. The bad thing is they were the ones that I found in the span of 5 minutes. Imagine what I could have found in a good hour or two of trying to find some worse glitches. Your imagination can go wherever because the sky's the limit, literally. Now for some good news for PlayStation fans. Since the official launch of the PS5, there has been so much controversy to do with people not being able to get their hands on a PS5 in time for Christmas, which is so heartbreaking.
Damn! 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 Damn!
But it's good news all around for PlayStation fans and parents that just want to get their kids the new PlayStation 5. The MPs in the UK have started to take this into their action by agreeing that, and I quote, "new releases of gaming consoles and computer components should be available to all customers at no more than the manufacturer's recommended retail price, and not to be bought in bulk by the use of automated bots which often circumvent maximum purchase quantities imposed by the retailer." Following on from the statement, the motion calls for legislation that would prohibit the resale of consoles and computer components which have also been plagued by scalping practices above the MRRP. In addition to this, the motion also calls for legislation that would make the resale of goods in general purchased using automated bots an outright illegal practice. So that is some major good news for the PlayStation fans that want to get their hands on the new PlayStation 5 heading towards the new year. And this ties in well with PlayStation stating that they are working on getting more stock to retailers all around the UK. But not that much can be said for the US at this moment in time. Now in this part of the video we're going to be talking about the Xbox Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus free games for January 2021. Starting off with the Xbox Games with Gold. Xbox has officially revealed the new Games with Gold for January 2021 and it includes 4 different video games playable across several different Xbox platforms thanks to the company's stance on backwards compatibility. Come on PlayStation, I'm rooting for you here, but you're not really doing much when it comes to backwards compatibility. January's lineup is actually pretty good. The first 2 are set to be initially available on January the 1st, while the latter will join the offerings on January 16th. These are the full list of Xbox Games with Gold titles for January 2021, including When They Come and Go, straight from Xbox. Little Nightmares, which will be available from January 1st to the 31st. Little Nightmares is a puzzle platformer horror adventure game developed by Tazia Studios and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Stadia. Little Nightmares might well be an allegory of child abuse. A child that loses her innocence too soon can often become the monster that had once devoured them. When 6 devours a norm, it represents the moment an elder child disregards the well-being of a younger child as a result of the abuse they've endured. The King of Fighters 13, which is January 1st to the 15th. The King of Fighters 13 is a fighting game in the King of Fighters series, developed and published by SNK Playmore originally in 2010. The game is set after the events from the King of Fighters 11 and is also the conclusion of Ash's Crimson story arc, which started in the King of Fighters 2003. It follows another King of Fighters tournament secretly hosted by those from the Distance Land, the organization behind the events from the 2 prior games that are trying to break the seal of the demon Orochi and take its power. Dead Rising, which is available from January 16th to February 15th. Dead Rising is a series of action and adventure, open world and survival horror video games created by Keiji Inafune. Hope to God I said that right. It was originally developed by Capcom until Capcom Vancouver took over developing the franchise. As of December 31st, 2019, the game series has sold 13 million units worldwide. The games in this franchise take place in fictional cities, although real cities are mentioned. The first game takes place in a large shopping mall in the town of Willamette, Colorado. The prequel for the second game, Case Zero, takes place in Still Creek, a small town near Las Vegas, while the main game takes place in Fortune City, a casino mall. The epilogue downloadable content, Case West, takes place in a Fenotrans facility nearby. The third game takes place in Los Perdidos, California. Dead Rising 4 takes place again in Willamette, with a zombie outbreak happening in the Willamette Memorial Megaplex, which was constructed to honor the victims of the first game's outbreak. And the last one, Breakdown, which is from January 16th to January 31st. Breakdown is a first-person action game released by Namco in 2004 for the Microsoft Xbox console. The game was praised for its use of the first-person perspective for storytelling. In 2018, Microsoft announced that it would be available via backwards compatibility on the Xbox One via the physical disc and a digital download on the Xbox Live Store. An underground complex known to humanity as Site Zero has been discovered in Japan and seems to be the cause of an increased earthquake activity. It was built by mysterious forces and is controlled by a being known as Nexus. A research facility is established to study the complex and its inhabitants, the Tian. As the game begins, there have been minor skirmishes between humans and the seemingly invincible Tian. Now for the PlayStation Plus games for January 2021. The very first PS5 game to join PlayStation Plus is Young Horse's ultra charming, whimsical first-person adventure Bugsnax, playing an investigative journalist who was set out to explore Snacktooth Island, home to legendary half-bug, half-snack creatures Bugsnax. Discover, hunt, and capture all 100 critters, while also tracking down and reunite the island's inhabitants. PlayStation Plus subscribers can also download multiplayer strategy games Worms Rumble on PS5, although it's also playable on PS4. Experience the world of Worms like you've never played it before, with intense, real-time, arena-based 32-player cross-platform combat. Use a variety of fan-favourite weapons like the bazooka and shotgun across game modes like Deathmatch or Last Worm Standing, where you're only ever a holy hand grenade away from death. The PS4 lineup isn't quite as strong, even though both three games are high-profile releases. Just Cause 4 is an action-packed sandbox game that takes place in a mammoth open world. Jump into the action-packed open-world sandbox, experience of solace and help rogue agent Rico Rodriguez hunt down the truth about his past at any cost. With a wide selection of weaponry, vehicles and gear to get ready to cause chaos and bring the thunder. Rocket Arena meanwhile is recently released a multiplayer shooter with unique characters and lots of explosions. Discover a world where rules are written in rocket fuel in this explosive 3v3 shooter featuring dynamic maps, thrilling game modes and an ever-growing roster of diverse heroes. Master unique rockets and abilities as you learn how to time your dodges, lead your targets and unearth new strategies based on your squad. Oh my god, that was a long one. I think that's it for today's The Text Day episode. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe if you do want more content. I am unsure if I will continue to upload on this channel. If you do want me to do that, I love games, technology and shit like that. I fucking love it. So if you want any more news on that, press the like button and comment down below. Because I'd really appreciate the feedback. And yeah, it's your boy Dama from The Text Day and I am out. See ya.